Niaje.
Yo.
Welcome.
Wait, just ya Crystal Palace tafadhali pewe pale hivyo. Crystal Palace hebu nitupie hapa hivi.
Hisi ya kutupwa.
You hand it softly. Yes. Ningevaya Arsenal but ni vile nimemiss Rutto. Niaje Rutto? Uko fresh lakini?
Bernardo
Niko humble.
Uko humble.
Yeah, so welcome back to another episode of Football Focus Weekly.
Indeed, welcome back.
Episode 23. Actually 24. I'm a 23. 24.
24.
With me your hosts, Nyata, Maringo, United, Kenan.
Yeah.
My co-host, Mr. Ndegs, Matete himself.
Hey, Jean-Philippe.
Making his debut for the second time. Bernardo Silva Rutto. Welcome in the building. Champions
4 in a row.
5.
Let me tell you. No, we'll get there.
Unajua jana?
Unakuwa about alipost?
Jana team game iko 4-1. Nilikuwa nataka kusema City went to Emirates for one reason. Nwaneri scored.
Akakaribia.
Leo lane ilikuwa inase.
Before tuendelee bro. Uko na jazi kali hapo.
Yeah. Ni good.
Ni good.
On a badge.
Maringo United FC.
Haiwezi onekana vizuri juu mic imefunika bro. Si usongeshe mic hivi watu waone. You did just hear Maringo FC.
Yeah, Maringo United.
That is where we were yesterday.
Yeah.
We had a very eventful weekend. Thanks to
Sammyro, birthday boy.
Birthday boy.
Engineer himself.
Best birthday gift ever. So yeah, Sammyro was doing a thing in your place inaitwa
SK
ground. Yeah. We had people came and played. The eventual winners was ZFC. Walitoka na mbuzi. Lakini Sili tulikuona. Sili ndo alibeba hiyo mbuzi. Guys, we don't know Sili. Starting center back for Gor Mahia. Better than Lenioro. The only reason is in Kenya ni juu ajeka dready. So
Angekuwa Chelsea sahi.
Angekuwa Chelsea mbaya.
Mandem FC.
But it was a beautiful weekend.
Samira anaweza mconnect by the way.
How ulipataje event?
Event ilikuwa moto. Nilikuwa na knock.
Umsa alichocha alipost story ya mtu watu kutoka maotho anasema this is me on Sunday
analimp
alafu akikao anasema tulikuwa na knock I made me out for the season
alafanya ile touch ya Barella amepost kwa story anasema kesho ni kazi.
Unajua knock yake ilikuwa nini? Alikuwa amegoropa kwa kidole.
Bro, I had a knock. Uliona venye Samira alitia time nilimwambia sichezi.
Karibu. Ndio maana timu zake hasikufika final by the way.
Joao kwa na striker.
Lakini hujaambia kulikuwa na Onana alikam through.
Wewe.
Yeah. Akasave 1v1 star 2.
3-1v1. But nilifungwa bao ya ujinga. I got too excited.
Ball playing goalkeeper
nilikuwa ball playing kadabele.
Alafu wase wakajua shoot from afar. Alafu defender wetu akadeflect.
Ikaingia tu ndani.
Yeah, so
but the one-on-ones were beautiful. There's some footage somewhere out there.
Yeah.
So nikijoin club utaona sana nasema this is what on a compilation.
Next highlight.
Bas.
Next highlight versus SDFC.
SDFC ni wakali Sunday.
Yeah, but
like hawezi wateza sato. Ni wakali Sunday. Washatoka church wameombea game. Ni kudoma.
Washamaliza sabato.
Sunday ni siku ya kazi. Siku ya mboka.
Rutto, how was your weekend? Other than the football.
Church ilikuwa fiti manze. That was it.
Hivyo.
Bas, church ilikuwa poa.
Sammyro was hating. Birthday ya Sammyro ni birthday watu wanaimba happy birthday to you.
Mani imechafua. Happy birthday to you.
Mani meua.
Happy birthday dear Sammyro. Mateta.
I respect the hate. You have to invest.
It was a lot.
Talking of the hate, uliona ngoma ya kuhate ilishinda 5 Grammys.
Goma gani?
Yeah,
not like us man.
Watch a uongo.
5 Grammys.
5 Grammys. Nini zote ilikuwa nominated ilishinda. Bro, that's how hating is strong.
Kisi mnajua Drake ndio goat.
They don't like us. Drake ndio good.
Si alisema first person shooter, I used my Grammys as a doorstep.
The only goat I know is the one Silly went with yesterday.
Yeah, so I rather we had a good weekend minus football, of course. Okay, Root and I.
Yes,
How was the weekend?
My weekend was beautiful. Beautiful. Yani nilikuwa na hate watch na si watch. Nilikuwa na hate watch on Sofa Score. Things are just going my way. And then last week I said Arsenal need to bid for Mateta. Then he goes and scores 2 goals. Jean-Philippe Mateta.
Alafu that celebration yake.
Corner flag.
Kuna kama kama Ronaldo watu wanasemanga su.
Yeah.
Yake wanasema po.
Serious?
Akichapanga hiyo corner flag.
Boom boom boom. Mateta in the room.
Yeah, but let's get straight to Emirates.
Do you want to start with Emirates?
Yeah.
Tuanze
Let's
haraka.
start with Emirates. Tumalizane nao teketeke.
Yeah.
Then
Ndio
we blow
nikuwe
off
happy
the
at
steam.
least.
Blow off the steam there. First of all,
Azizi
Rutto's
tulia.
stories, maze.
First of all.
Rutto, you went and posted all the Premier Leagues you've won, the Champions League you won, and then you posted one with Foden kissing the trophy. Hey,
Me I was salty. Lakini me I have one message to one person. Phil Foden. The media is protecting Foden.
The best player in the
I
Premier
saw
League
Sky
this season.
Sports was saying at is Haaland not doing a good job at City? Is he getting service? But there's one person under the shadows, Foden. I remember, I think 2 weeks ago, Palmer had a bad game against City.
Yeah, it was
The
cooked.
media cooked him. Foden, kwanza,
Father of three.
tumeequalize. Akapeana assist.
Moto sana.
Assist moto.
Line breaking pass.
I think a few weeks ago nilimake video nikisema Foden, he's too one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Because genuinely after how I saw him last season, alikuwa na exploit hiyo, he's good on the ball at a drive mbele. Na akichapa half turn, finesse top corner all the time.
by the way, guys, if you don't know, you need to follow AK.Rutto on IG.
Yeah.
He
On
does
IG.
some amazing breakdowns
Analysis,
on your teams,
yeah.
and
Boss.
you actually go down and say what's wrong with your team. And this is why I love when you're here, because we when we want to diagnose your team, at least we have someone who has watched it religiously.
Yes.
Nelson anakujaga tu na kifungo.
Tunaneka news jana.
Game ilikuwa 4, tunamuuliza bro unaona hizo work. So hata mimi hata na watch news. Mimi hata nilisahau
Alafu
game.
what you normally do, achusemangi kuna boy imeingia. Tunauliza kwani game
Game kwaje? Even unajua. By the way, bro, when my stream is behind, nikiona Kena na share text, kwani game kwaje? Unajua tushafunga. Let me tell you a funny story. When Haaland scored, I was in my room. I have a TV in my room. When Haaland scored 1-1, my stream was lagging. So much and downstairs niwachie chini. Kufika chini, pate ashafunga. That's how fast it was.
You know when you were hivyo. Jana, Biko was driving from Sammyro's nini event. So I missed the first 10 minutes. So akaona notification nikiuliza Nelson kwa game kwa. Akajua ashafunga akanipigia na amefunga bro. Na amefunga. That's how effective it is.
The biggest
But
critic.
there's that video you talk about Foden being one-dimensional. I think there's also something you've talked about in some of your videos on top of that one, is there's a way you guys play, and it's hata sisi kama Arsenali, there's an element of that aspect. Yeah, and I think I've mentioned it before. Wait, relax. So if you divide the pitch into 3, like widthwise, you do not make passes from, so let's say there's zone A, B, and C. You can't just get an A to C pass or an A to B pass, especially in your own third. It needs to be played on the ground. You don't make like 10 meter plus passes across the zones. Because if someone intercepts, that's a clear line to your box. You guys have done that religiously over the years. Over your past 4 titles, the way you've won it is that you're very methodical in how you build up.
And how you score.
You don't just move the ball. So for Foden to do that, first of all, it's very unlike Pep's tactics, which means he was definitely just trying to do something on his own. Yeah. He was trying to act cute. And then secondly, Pep would normally sub you off after that.
Yeah.
It's
And
like
he did.
It's like
he subbed him.
yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I feel like now he's getting back to that. Pep, there are times when you're like, hey, why is he not reacting this season especially, right? But then when you look at the bench, there's nothing to react to.
If you've seen how he's changed the squad and how like it's, let's say, transitioned when he wanted wingers to be like Grealish people who hold the ball, and Bernardo Silva, even in the treble-winning season, Bernardo was playing right wing.
Yeah.
He wanted wingers when you're on a shikilia ball. Like, he did want to lose control of games. But now, even
It's a
after
very direct.
after losing Palmer, he's seen, direct wingers are the only way he can try and get some creativity in a team where teams set up in a low block. He bought Savinho,
but
got
you know, even
Mamouche.
this tactic you're talking about of kukua na wingers wanatoka na ball, you guys reinvented from flying wingers, because there's a point you had
Exactly,
Sterling and Sane,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you built to wingers who keep the ball. So when people were adapting to that first wingers,
Aka
you guys
change.
had switched. You had morphed into something else.
And this is why people say Pep changes football. Because people adapt to how he plays. Yeah.
Acha Ndeg say the same thing. Alisema kila season yenye Pep amecheza kitu different. Like yenye amewin. The season back for watching my center back, next season inverting.
Last season was inverted. Then
as in kila
he had
season
inverted fullbacks.
So
he was playing De Bruyne false 9 and Bernardo. The other time Gundo was the one.
Gundo was false 9.
Yeah.
even Zinchenko at some point.
Even Zinchenko, Gabi J on the wing.
Yeah, Gabi J was on the wing.
He's really invented that, Nini.
But the last time you were here, we said this, yeah? You guys need to...
Need a rebuild.
Yeah. Now, especially midfield, hamna legs.
And he said
At
that
least.
when did he come?
That was the Liverpool game.
Yeah, the Liverpool
But
game.
what's
Before
funny?
Liverpool.
What's funny is that the next time he has come, they've bought a midfielder.
Yeah.
Nico Gonzalez.
After getting piped. Annihilated.
But yeah, that game, biggest critic me I think is Foden, because he.
See Foden, kuna tu.
Me, I feel like it's Foden, because if you look at youngsters like Saka and Palmer, they have been good and they've carried the team when
And Ahmad.
the team was bad. Let's say per se. Saka in 2020, Palmer the past few seasons is, but the memes about Foden being a system player, they're starting to liven up, because at the Euros he didn't prove anything. People are saying, "Oh, you need to build a team around Foden."
And he actually
He's
played
playing
five
out of
positions.
positions. Wakasema sawa, we'll see next season how he plays. Next season,
But I
the
think
team is bad.
for Euros, okay, now I'll defend Palmer. For Euros, it's not fair because it was Southgate.
It's true.
Southgate was playing him in the worst positions. I'm like, dude.
Foden.
Yeah.
Foden played in 5 positions.
But he
Yeah,
played
but that's
center.
the thing,
There was a
dude.
game he
Why?
played.
You know, at England, you get your best players.
So
At
see, that's
England,
your-
right?
He was the best player from the Premier League.
Yes, but yeah, Foden is one of your most technical players.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those 5 positions, the first 3 positions are not even his.
Yeah.
So
Left,
why
right.
are you? Yeah, why are you taking your best player instead of building around him?
See,
Why are you putting him in places where
You have Bellingham, Belgol.
no? But who is easier to build around?
The question
Foden
was,
or
can they
Bellingham?
coexist together? And the media and Real Madrid PR and everyone was leaning towards this team needs to have Bellingham. This like United when we had Pogba and Bruno. Kulikuwa na issue ya how can the two play in the same team?
No, but
So one
for me,
had to
the
take-
problems with Southgate did not start at the tournament. It started before. Because he selected, first of all, he
it
had a
started
squad
during the
without
qualifiers.
left-footed players.
Yeah.
He chose a squad without left-footed players, which means going into the tournament, regardless, you will be
plus,
lopsided.
yeah. Luke Shaw
Your
wasn't even there.
squad, you picked a
Yeah.
left back who doesn't even, he's not
was
even
injured.
fit.
Yeah.
There was another left-footed player that they got.
Foden. And
No, they got another left.
Branthwaite.
It was Trippier who was playing left back that tournament.
There's another left-footed player I'm
Saka.
forgetting that they didn't pick up. Anyway, point is, you don't have that left-footed player. Your centre backs are all right-footed. Your winger is right-footed. Everyone is right-footed. The only person, Saka, was the
Halima
only
played, by the
left-footed.
way.
Who?
Halima.
He must have. No, was he in the squad even? He wasn't in the squad.
Was in the squad.
Yeah. So Southgate's issue started before. So by the time you're getting to tournament day 1, you have to play everyone out of position because Foden was the only left-footed player because he's not going to remove Saka from there.
Yeah.
True.
So I was just like, dude, there's so many things. And you can build around Foden without removing Saka from his position. Right? Because now you have a dual threat. So anyway, I'm defending Foden
I
on
feel like
that
with
front.
what Nani Kenan said, Bellingham's PR from Real Madrid couldn't remove him from the 10. I don't think Southgate would have chucked him from 10.
Plus, he was on the way to win Ballon. So
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to ask you guys something about Bernardo Silva.
before we get to Bernardo, let me talk about my boy, Omari Mamoshi, on
give him
002
time, bro.
right now, by the way.
Uh,
Yeah, so I think City need to actually your players. Is it players or manager? One of them need to understand how that guy plays. There were runs he was making jana moto hampas.
Even hard for
Alafu
weeks.
I saw kwa nini kwa there's a tactical breakdown that Nani made Henry for Haaland. There's a time you guys were attacking. Alafu Haaland was left with Saliba. City intercepted the ball. So Haaland was supposed to make a channel run, yeah, but he didn't. Akasimama tu. So City wakaanza ku.
It was where I think Timber and there were two players who were in front, and Gvardiol would have switched it.
Yeah,
Haaland is definitely getting it, but he didn't make the run.
So you guys need to, actually for Mamoshi, you guys need to understand him.
I even remember he mentioned in his Borussia Dortmund days, Haaland was the best transitional attacker you could have in your team.
But you don't play that way though.
But that's the problem. We don't play that way. Even if you look at previous games, players want to keep the ball too much. Like there's no one who crosses the ball.
You know the funniest thing about our team? We're also really bad at transition.
Yeah.
So when Havertz scored that transition goal, I was like, Keenan,
It was so funny.
I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. Because Keenan, rightfully so. You said we were one of the bad transition teams. Rightfully so. We're actually really bad at transition.
Yeah.
Decision making, because now I never picked up on it. Alisama, Ebu Angalia Odegaard decision making can counter. So I was really keen at looking at that. Then there was the Martinelli, Nini, then he shot, then Ortega saved.
Yeah.
The next time he got the ball was the Havertz goal. Because I was like, what is Martinelli going to do? So when Havertz made that run, I was like, he's not going to pass it.
Haaland needs to watch Zaxi. As in the United one, not the Content FC one. Ewa jana bro. Zaxi bana. The Kenyan Zaxi. Alikuwa anauza. Hadi vitu zenye mtu hafai kuuza.
Finishing ilikuwa chini, but he was getting in great positions.
Movement
ilikuwa sawa. It was just the final third bazi.
But alikuwa offside most of the time.
Ref alikuwa anatuachia.
Yeah. Big up Zaxi, Kenyan Zaxi.
Yeah, so I had a question. Actually, I had two questions for Mr. Rutto. Number one,
Yes.
do you feel like the signings you've made, so you know what your issues are?
Yeah.
Right back, you have an issue. Midfield, basically all of it, you have an issue. Your sub striker who will come in place of Haaland or play with Haaland issues. Do you feel like the signings you've made, including the one you've made today, have addressed all those issues?
I feel like at this point of the season, considering it's January and we've gone big, they've not been addressed fully, but what we can do has been done. We've signed a midfielder, we've signed two defenders who, one is Kusanov, who's a fast defender. Obviously, Pep knows we concede a lot of transition and he's bought a fast defender, and also attacking-wise, we weren't scoring many goals. Only Haaland, I think, was scoring, and our second top scorer was Gvardiol, which was quite interesting.
Yeah.
And he's bought Mamouche, one of, I think, second top scorer Bundesliga. So they've been solved a bit, but not fully. Obviously, we need a full rebuild. We have midfielders like Kundo, Bernardo, Kovacic.
Mamouche's corners.
Yeah.
Corners.
Kama za Kunya.
Beautiful.
As a set piece specialist, I can tell you. as someone who sees set pieces, I can tell you the whip on those crosses.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Zilikuwa zinapatia raya stress.
there's still problems in the midfield because obviously the players like, I think we have 4 midfielders over 30. De Bruyne, Gundo, Bernardo, Kovacic. And obviously those are not runners. And then also back, Nathan Ake, Akanji, John Stones, they're injury prone almost every other game. Obviously Kusanov also still needs to enter the squad very well. He didn't have a good
He has
debut.
to face the Garnacho test.
Were you surprised at how these people are succumbing to our press? If there's any team that beats presses easily,
The thing is,
Yeah.
before the game, I have a friend called Mutula. Shout out Mutula. He asked me, how do I feel about the game? I told him, Rice is going to have a field day. With that midfield,
Rice is shining.
I knew.
Rice
I
is-
just knew before that game, Rice is going to, physically, is going to kill us. Because coming up against Kovacic and Gundogan and Bernardo, I knew Rice was going to have a good game. And plus, Partey was also, he wasn't playing right back that game. Lewis Kelly was, I just knew that midfield was going to kill us, that press.
Actually, on Thursday, sijui kama Leoni also aliniuliza kama hii ndio City yenye itakuja Emirates on Sunday kwa group. After watching game yenu na Club Brugge. Club Brugge. Biko said, like, the first 15 minutes will be intense. Strong start from Arsenal. Na walipata about first minute. Mngepigwa 3-0 easily in the first 15
If you
minutes.
saw that game,
allowed.
Odegaard was even way ahead of Havertz in terms of pressing.
Yeah.
Odegaard was the
Odegaard
one,
normally leads our press.
yeah, he's the one who actually goes.
He's the
in
chief
front of the-
orchestrator.
Yeah, and he doesn't get tired.
Yeah.
And obviously with
need
Club
players like
Brugge,
him.
they didn't really press us too much. If you saw the Savinho goal, I think we broke a record of the most passes completed in a Champions League goal. We had the ball
Really?
for
Yeah,
10.
yeah.
We had the ball for 10 minutes consecutively before we
Stop
scored.
lying.
I swear.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
We had the ball for 10 minutes, passing it around, scored. They didn't really
But
press
can
us
you
that
imagine
last time.
how mentally fatiguing that is?
Sasa alifunga bao moja wakapack.
True.
Like their plan was okay, they just wanted to keep it 0-0 as long as they can. Then they scored, then went and packed. Then City equalized, then
Sammyro came in.
They conceded an own goal. Then they said, we are still in the game. Let's continue packing. They had few chances, they didn't take them. Then sasa hiyo ya Savinho akakuja sasa kwa maliza.
What did you think of Raya's performance?
Akukeep clean sheet. So
That was you can't blame me on that. That was a beautiful.
Because these
header
guys
from
would have
Haaland.
scored just before halftime.
yeah.
They had 2 good chances.
Even from that.
Even the one I think Gvardiol caught it on the half volley. If it hits
yeah.
Bernardo, it's a goal. Raya had a tip on it. It went behind. So good
But
performance.
considering that he was injured, that was a
Yeah,
good
he was
performance.
out for the game.
Yeah,
Hey,
just
bro,
like me.
if Neto played... if Neto played this game, did you see Neto almost caught a handy ile nini game ya...
Ja, ana dive
Sasa,
nje ya box. Angepewa red card.
angeshika isingekuwa red card alafu ni
It would have
hivyo.
been red. Yeah.
Eh.
God damn it.
Yeah, but
Which goal was the most... What was your best goal out of that game? City Arsenal?
Nwaneri. Like
You nearly jammed.
Who?
You nearly jammed.
Nwaneri.
The Nwaneri after he did the
mimi
Haaland
venye
celebration.
nilijua amekaa chini. I saw nilisema bao.
But Otega
See,
could
I was
have done
telling
better.
Dex.
Otega
Niwe nilikuwa naambia nini katalogia mabao zake. Zote like
Hata
nimeona-
midweeks alifanya tu hivyo.
zote ni same.
Cutting,
So,
finesse.
just like he's like the English Anthony. Man of the match by the way yesterday.
Hey, producer timing. Hey, timing got lock.
Cut in, shoot. That was a beautiful goal.
Otega
let
could
me
have
tell
done
you.
better. This is why people.
I know you're going for the Harvards.
People say Ederson is a bad
Bro,
keeper.
that
and
hakuna mtu
Otega
angeshika hiyo.
Otega, he had a hand on
Like
it.
that's a mixture of a curve and a knuckleball.
A keeper could have done
My
better.
favorite, my
Definitely.
favorite goal, believe it or not, was Haaland. Because, first of all,
That leaping.
Savinho came and crossed on his right foot, right?
And the ball was
Haaland
Weaker
shoved
foot.
Saliba.
Haaland, no, before the shove, there was the move he pulled. That's what I keep praising Gabriel for. Where I'm like, why are defenders not seeing? He's basically doing an NFL move where he goes, fakes left, goes right, goes for the header. Haaland did that. And then he did it from the back. By the time he's shoving him, he's already displaced him.
Yes, he's
By the
gone.
time he's in the air, Saliba is like, what the fuck just happened? So his movement, how high he went for the header, and the fact that he was doing it on someone we all consider is one of the best center backs in the league. Like that movement, just as a striker, Sammyro amenifanya nianze kupenda hii movement ya striker, yani 1 yard movement ya.
Kuniwatch jana.
Sikuwajua kucheza.
Movement yangu ni moto bado. I'll teach you.
But yeah, no, Haaland's goal, it's the combination of the movement, the fact he was doing it against one of the best, literally left him for dead. The guy was on the ground looking up
thing
when
is
the
that-
guy is heading the ball.
I don't know why people still don't consider Haaland a world-class striker. Because I think he's the best in the world at doing
Because
what he
of
does.
what we just said, like other than goals, what else can you offer?
But what do you
The
want
game
from a
against
striker?
Chelsea.
No, what do you want from a
Look.
striker?
The thing is,
Why are you saying you're saying Arsenal needs a striker because they need goals, right?
Like what I'm saying, you see the difference between you and City, ni 2 players, KDB and Haaland, in the sense that you have almost more or less similar attacking patterns. So there are those games, one of those games where kila kitu ina fail. You need that individual brilliance. You need a striker who can get one chance and take that one chance. That's
So
what you lack.
you're describing Haaland.
Yeah.
So he's
But-
a world-class striker.
No. Okay. Yeah.
is he a world-class striker?
Yeah, he is. But there are some games where you need every player output on the ball.
Look at the game against Chelsea, Basi.
Like kama game nini, kama achana kuwin head. Na si hata mimi naweza win nini chest versus Colwill.
Unaweza shinda hela against Colwill.
Ndio. Chalaba, I can bully him.
But listen, that game against Chelsea, we're not winning it if Haaland is not playing.
Yeah.
If that's Mamouche, Haaland is not. So
Mamouche scored.
the narrative of him that he can't influence a game is null and void. Because the game,
It's
physically,
no,
he dominated
can't-
Chelsea.
he can't.
Let me
centre-backs.
tell you.
He
Let me
dominated
tell you.
Chelsea.
Me, I feel like even the way we defended, if that was, let's say it was Mamouche up front, we would not have defended like that. We would have been playing 1-on-1 at
True.
the back. But now both center backs have to, at every moment, this guy makes a run or whatever. I'm like, this guy is being held. This guy, akuna chance in yet, he's just free. He's
But
apart
do
from
you-
the goal.
Do you think he cuts it for United? That's
Yes.
the litmus test.
Haaland will score you goals, bro. because at this point
We don't even
if you
create.
guys that
We don't
guy
even create, bro.
that guy will create by his pace alone will create chances because
maybe
you
Africa
guys
Pena.
You guys play
you
transition.
guys will be more like the way he was playing at Dortmund
Yeah.
in a way where it's like
But
he's
we have
running
Hoyland.
into space. He's running into space.
Hoyland.
Yeah.
To Ederson akona more goal contributions.
The only similarities is both their names are
Scandinavia.
H, L, N, and D. That's about it.
Pronunciation. But anyway, I think City, like what I was waiting for jana ni Haaland to score, alafu atoe shati ameandika stay humble,
Only to be surprised. Anyway.
As in either team mtu angefanya hivyo. But sasa mafans ndio walifanya.
Celebration ya Lewis Kelly.
Yako chini.
Iko chini.
Boy yake ya kwanza.
Iko chini.
Iko chini.
But ni venye
Siko chini si alikaa.
toka nje.
Aujaona ile picha kila mtu anamwangalia si ako chini.
Mtu pekee alishika kwanza ni nani? Gabriel.
Mimi sikuishika by the way.
Gabriel ndiye
Unajua
understand.
hata after replay nashanga, this celebration reminds me of someone. I couldn't think who it was.
Mimi nilikuwa
The
hivi.
whole PSG did it.
Mbaka the only reason I remembered ni juu producer yucheza na Haaland kwa timu yake.
Yeah.
Na aka celebrate hivi juu ya nini ultimate team.
Sijui Haaland ubo watu aje. Hadi the whole of PSG did it by the way.
Yeah.
Yeye ndiye alianza.
Team
Yeye
zima.
ndio huanza.
zima.
No, but it's his celebration. He did it against PSG.
No, but he probably tortured them with something. Wait, producer amejam.
Lakini Haaland alisema
kitu,
kweli.
fanya kitu.
Return fixture aliambia Arsenal manze stay humble. Unaona vile wame celebrate but there's still 6 points
But
behind.
still
Liverpool.
Oliza, you want this
Si wana dai prem. You know,
aliuliza Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Alimtuma kiatu.
mkiingia
Alimzima.
table Haaland Gabriel mseme mimi naweza toa hiyo.
Wait,
Gabriel anatoa ni
Imagine mse anasema stay humble. Alafu ile game yenyu
Sikia,
mwisho
sikia.
unamgonga kichwa na ball.
Sikia.
Cheki, unamgonga
Iko
kichwa
like-
na ball. Yani
Si alikuwa humble.
context.
Yeah, where is the
Wacha
humility
nishow.
there?
Context
Si-
ilikuwa
equalizer.
stay humble yani bro mumebonga hii yote
Na bado hamna trophy.
na bado hamna trophy
20
yani
years.
mi nimeingia prem juzi tu nimeingia
Kuna
treble
treble.
super cup world cup nimewashindia 4th premier league title in a row 2 golden boots I can put that on the table. Gabriel anaeka sahani.
Anyway,
Community Shield.
that's for CE. We had their neighbors. Their noisy neighbors. Manchester United. Yeah, taking on Crystal Palace. Jean-Philippe. Matuizi.
Hey.
Mateta.
in the room.
And we have Crystal Palace. Birthday boy.
Of course.
Representative.
Birthday boy. Birthday boy. Hey, birthday boy is flexible.
Very flexible.
The age has come with
Gliding
new
through.
things.
Birthday
Birthday
boy.
boy.
Call me Mateta.
Cheki. Funga curtain.
Call me Mateta. Mateta.
Unasemaje? Unasemaje Mateta? Jean-Philippe.
Yeah, I got the best birthday gift.
Shut up.
That's what I can
Producer.
say.
Shut him up.
Producer mbona ni wa Manchester. Hii podcast itaendelea kweli?
Before we get birthday boy to speak on behalf of Palace,
Yeah.
I actually have some stuff to let out of my tiny heart about United. In the previous episodes, I've been telling Degs that bro, we perform against top teams because of a certain tweak.
Which is
Like we defend in 1-4-5 or 5-4-1, whatever. But we overload in the midfield. But when we face smaller sides, lesser sides, we are so vulnerable to every inakaka bao kila attack, right?
Yeah.
So there are three theories to that. Mimi venye nafikiria what Amorim is trying to do. One ni anataka tu kucheza plan A system yake so that
System yake ni gani?
3-4-3
like philosophy tu yake.
full box.
Philosophy, yeah.
Yeah. Anataka kucheza na hiyo ndio aone next season what tweaks to make aone flaws za hiyo system. Then secondly anataka kucheza aone which players can fit into that system and wagani wanaweza kuuzwa. Alafu the problem I have achana PDA. The problem I have with him is the fact that he's so insistent on that idea na bado anaona like kuna venye players isu nini strong nini the traits zao like but as a manager you have to play to your players strengths si Ten Hag alikuwa na play to his players weakness mtu acho mtu nje mtu acho mtu nje
Unajua kuna possibility ya Man U kwenda relegation. Wewe unaona kutakuwaje? Wallahi yani baki happen. Kuna kitu mtaiambia watu kweli? Because unajua you guys are taking too long kwanza kutuambia nani Amorim out. I just feel like you're taking
like
too long at
he has
this
job
point.
security and as we as
He has
fans,
job security.
yeah, we understand because first
Do you think he's doing anything right?
yeah he is
Unajua
Sticking to his system.
anafanya kitu. I feel like at this point he's doing what Ole was doing.
No.
Tuango ndio team tudogo.
Ole hapo
Ikifika
itongo,
time
bro.
kubwa anawapea bragging right.
Like, unaona
But Ole mentioned
in 50
there are some of these players who need to be dashed out.
yeah like Rashford mwenye alikata kuwa captain na shaenda yeah
But the thing is, when is Amorim gonna realize he needs a balance between his philosophy
He has.
and getting results?
he has
He's sticking to it too much.
The problem
Look at
is-
Why
Ange.
don't you guys ever,
Angalia.
why do you guys never talk about Fernandes? Sababu pia attitude yake inakuanga
Zizi,
off.
that's our best
Ever.
player like
Your
he's the
best player
spine-
attitude yake inakuanga off.
is the spine of the nini is the spine of the team and the fact
Apana,
that
he's not.
Your spine
Maguire
of-
is the spine
eh.
of the team.
no.
Sikia.
Without
No, they
Bruno
don't
we
have
are
a
nothing.
spine.
Without Bruno we are nothing.
Bruno
He's the
mkiingia
backbone,
game high
literally.
But
pressure.
you're still nothing at the moment.
The thing is, Bruno mkiingia game high pressure atajam.
Like at a jam
Atajam.
too, Skia, when you have your central attacking midfielder, like that's having Cole Palmer making a last man tackle. Alafu nataka smile. Like
Lakini
out of the 11 players, yeye pekee ndio jituma.
you guys are just
Yeye
dumb
anaweza
bad.
toka kwa game and actually enda afanye hata hiyo media nini apologies to the fans.
Aseme
Yeah.
hivi iko result.
Like
Lakini as a leader that's not the attitude you're
kila
supposed to
mtu
show.
kwa najua
Unasikia?
but kila mtu kwa na
Because it
different
will only take
personalities.
frustration for him to be red carded.
Yeah,
That's
true.
a wrong attitude to have as a captain.
Like Bernardo.
Unaona?
But it's a Portuguese thing. Jana Bernardo alikanyaga mtu unprovoked.
Bernardo hufanya hivyo kila game hadi community
So
shield.
umekubali anafaa kwa game red kila game.
No, but
So,
we're talking about
if you watch-
Fernandes.
Yeah, Fernandes
And
are,
Manchester as a whole.
yeah.
Bruno is a
These guys
good
are
player.
bad, but they're not as bad as you guys are.
You guys are bad also. But
Unasikia? Nyinyi ni namba ngapi? Kuna possibility yetu ya kwenda relegation as according to the league standings.
yeah, iko.
Sasa tukue wa factual. Tusingize feelings.
Iko.
Weka feelings kando.
Iko, bro.
Tukue wa factual. Unaona? Because you guys, I feel like Amorim is not the right guy for you guys.
it's way too
Unaona?
It's the players. Wapo
It's
mena
not the
mbali.
players.
Wait,
Amorim
wait,
ameingia
wait,
Hebu
juzi.
niambie sawa juu niambie kila mtu yote kutoka mani unajua ana perform.
Ja pressure.
Anthony
Man of the match.
amepewa mpaka man of the match.
Yeah.
Sancho
Ako tu. Not even your best
He's
player.
average.
I,
True.
I feel like
Average.
hata mi acha nikwambie
We
tu
Mbappe,
kweli.
Musiala.
Eh?
Walitoka Chelsea.
De
Si
Bruyne.
ni sawa ona
Bruyne,
walitoka
Salah.
Chelsea gani? A Chelsea that was performing.
Regardless.
Unasikia? No, hakuna
It
mambo na
wasn't
regardless.
bro.
De Bruyne alikuwa hapo kama Oscar anawaka
Anashine.
anatana pilo.
Cheki nyinyi.
Wewe usijaribu
Anamzungusha.
kutuanisha hizo vitu
Nyinyi
mbili.
hamna hiyo nini
Nini
domination.
hiyo?
Nyinyi hamna domination.
What
Like
do
you
you
see
mean
what City has
domination?
done ni since Pep came up to now
Yote
they have been
amedominate.
dominated.
Let me tell you,
Nyinyi ni
it is like a
mnagusa
rain.
1x3. Mna win this in a
You
check
see,
5 years.
unajua
Season
nyinyi
umeshuka.
mnauza just like you said earlier on mnauza kama hamna so sasa hivi replacement ya Anthony ni nani replacement
Evan.
ya Rashford ni nani
Just saying.
unaona hamjasaini na mnawachilia hata Lukaku mkimwachilia hamko na replacement yake
Na
bado
Lukaku bado alikuwa na
umeleta msee mwingine hata si flexible msee ana run kama mimi
Nani yo?
na
Zaxi?
kitambi yangu Zaxi
Zaxim gani?
ni kama trainingi
Specify.
I
Kuna Zaxi
swear hakuna
wawili.
kitu ya maana Zaxi anafanya siwezi fanya
Kuna Zaxi wawili. Zaxim
sikudanganyi
gani?
hata kuna goal conversion rate kama yangu si Zaxi achana na ule wenyu wa Shisha FC conversion rate yangu na mimi saidi iko mbaya so you guys you're not being strategic at all unaona Arsenal wakiachilia
Usitumie timu ijashinda trophy, tumia City.
Yeah.
Ma Liverpool.
Anyway sawa naona Man City wakiachilia nani Gabriel Jesus of course walikuwa wanajua kona Haaland unaona
Tukiachilia Alvarez,
lakini sasa nyinyi
Mamush.
mnaachilia exactly unaona
it took
nyinyi
you
mnaachilia
half
na
a season
hamna
to
si
realize
tuliachilia Salah kama tuko na
but the
kina
thing
nani inaitwaje
Hazard.
tuko na Hazard
Alvarez.
nyinyi mko na nani
Like Alvarez
unaona
Sasa bro si tuko kwa rebuild. You see what you did?
you guys are rebuilding
You guys
for
are-
too long
nyinyi mnaitwa
amuonyesha
one-
hata possibility
Mnaitwa aje?
Eh.
1 billion bottle jobs. Ama
billion
what-
pound bottle jobs.
yeah. Like you guys have rebuilt yes na mlipata loophole. Okay, tunaongelea United.
yes we're talking about United
Yeah.
unaona
But you're nini pia mimi I'm frustrated as a fan because even like mimi nilikuwa na fault Amorim. Juu as a manager before ukubali players wako waende unafaa ushaambiwa bro tukiuza hawa tunaleta hawa. Si ati tunauza hapa squad ikuwe thin.
and then you guys are making this hate watches zimekuwa boring
Tuna fight relegation.
hata tuko busy tuna concentrate na vitu zingine mna lose simwache hata tu concentrate na nyinyi kwanza luzini tukiona
Next season. Hii season tunatreat ka pre-season.
na sasa kama wengine unajua huko
Mnaweza shinda FA
championship
Cup lakini.
Yeah,
championship
Nairobi.
unajua games zote zinaonyeshwa Azam
Sawa.
amtakuwa kwa DStv
Niko na Azam. Niko na Azam.
Amtakuwa but then
Unajua utakuwa na nani?
na
Championship.
nani
City.
Si atuendi huko.
Charges.
Yeah.
sababu ya charges
Yeah.
Yeah, tu tuko
but then
confident.
just to tell you kama mta have kushapen wase kwa hiyo team manze mi sijui kama naona quality ya mse mwenye anafaa kuwa hata captain hiyo team
Maguire.
nani
Maguire.
Bruno.
walai Maguire
Maguire shida
Maguire
ni
is far much better
price. Price
Sikudanganya.
yake.
Because Bruno hiyo attitude yake kama captain a captain should be composed at all times
Zizi.
yeye ndio example ya kila mtu
Wezi dictate venye bro we had Messi captain they lost 8 to Bayern. He was crying kwa tunnel.
Kutoka hadi.
Like you kuna personalities za watu
Lakini
venye KDB
but
anambianga
then
Pep
how many times does Messi cry
every time they lose.
na ni mara ngapi unajua mimi si fan wa Messi
Like,
unasikia
najua, but-
mimi si fan wa Messi
When
lakini
Saroro.
haluzingi mbaya sana
We kama wewe si
Ni
wa Rutto toka nje.
prororo wewe wa Messi
Toka nje.
siku zote.
cheki toeni huyu jamaa hapa na mafana hata na support team watu
Chaufala.
watu wasijaza hata public toilet kwenda bana but
Yeah.
anyway what
Yeah.
I'm telling you is how many times does Messi lose for him to show such an attitude
And mi nasema magnitude ya vitu zenye ana lose.
Yeah.
In a team that he lost a World Cup final. He lost a couple of
Copa
Copa
America
Americas. He
to
lost
Chile.
back a crucial of UEFA games. As a captain,
but how
Lakini
well was
sikia.
he playing for him not to lose
was playing.
because
Even
Bruno
Bruno
atakuwa
does that.
mshiti Bruno atakuwa mshiti
achana hiyo jazi bro,
Hadi mnadai
nimekataa.
kuvaa.
shikilia tunagawana
hivyo.
unajua tuna spread
Nitupee
win
Arsenal.
tuna spread greatness across Manchester
Nipea Arsenal.
we spreading
Arsenal.
greatness across
Nipea
Manchester
Arsenal.
starting with him unasikia kitu nakwambia ni
Kuja nipee Arsenal kwanza.
hauwezi cheza vibaya alafu ukifanywa kitu kama hiyo una jam
Nako serious.
na ako serious hadi amejam haya mpatie basi that's the last time they won a trophy anyway tuendelee kuongea a major trophy
Unaweza pita akivaa jezi.
Let's
But
cook.
Keenan,
Band
Keenan.
for band. Jersey for jersey.
Keenan
Yeah.
weka banta kando weka banta kando unaona Amorim alikuwa tu anafaa kutumia what he has
Yeah, true.
unaona quality ya squad yenye alikuwa nayo ya players walikuwa nayo na ile Mourinho alikuwa nayo woni ni kama yeye alikuwa na better nini players
Mourinho alikuwa better players.
Mourinho
Fellaini.
alikuwa players.
Mourinho had Pogba, a midfield of Pogba,
Pogba.
Matic na Herrera. Mata, Mkhitaryan, Lukaku, Zlatan.
You had Martial,
Lingard, Rashford. Like
The hair.
the hair alafu
wao mwana
defense
ratings
ya-
za watu mnanunua unafikiria Lenioro ni fala
Hiyo si
pali tu mlinunua kabati ni delete
Amorim ana hakuwa na any say kwa that. Mistake ya United imekuwa ni since 20 year record 13 we are the only big team actually since
hey, you are
2012
the only team
the only big team big
hey,
team.
you are the only team bwana why are you using the wrong words to describe that team of yours
since 2012 yeah since we last won the Premier League
yes you are the
Sammyro,
only team yeah
since we last won the Premier League yeah
Bana,
we are the only team
tumesurvive nini
wenye tukwa na sporting director yeah we had someone mwenye angekataa hiyo signing ya Ronaldo. Kama si Ronaldo sahi.
Hiyo signing ya Ronaldo mlimake juu yetu.
No, ilikuwa tu yeah, plus nostalgia. It was a nostalgia signing.
Lakini mi sielewi hata sitaishindwa kuuliza. How did you become a Manchester City fan?
Me.
Agenda imeshift.
Nilitoka
Haiwezi
kwa
shift, tunarudi kwako
nilizaliwa hivi nikambi.
tulizaliwa hivi
Susikie. Daktari akasema damu yangu ilikuwa sky blue.
Sky blue ni damu fulani.
Alisema nilitoka hivi nikasema manze blue moon. Those were my first words.
So legend wenyu ni nani? Adam Johnson,
Aguero, Tony Book,
Tony
Colin
Book,
Bell, Sama B.
legend nisaidie hata mimi sijui watu
Wajua
wengi.
Tony Book
we-
ni Sammyro.
Hata kama
Nimefanya
natajaga
research.
kina baba yaro as random names. Sijui.
Bethe Tony Book.
Onuoha, Chimbonda.
Chiza na Tony Book alidedi juzi. Manze tulikuwa tunaombeleza.
Ombeleza nyinyi kabisa because this team bro, mimi sidhani wewe kama si Gen Z.
Mimi Gen Z.
Kama wewe ni Gen Z sawa, lakini manze Man City kusema wewe ni fan wa Man City lazima
Okay, sawa.
defend.
Nitakwambia the genuine story.
Sammyro, check.
Nikwambie the
Ulikuwa
genuine
mtu
story.
Arsenal.
Okay, acha nikwambie the genuine story. The genuine story.
Fungua roho.
Sawa.
This is a safe space for men.
Sawa. When I was young nikianza kuwatch ball.
Kufanya United.
Everyone, look, my dad was an Arsenal fan, my mom was an Arsenal fan.
Hiyo story imeisha.
Susikie,
Kina babako ndio kweli.
Sikia.
Sasa unasikia Bruno Fernandes as I was saying. Your dad was an Arsenal fan. Why do you want to disturb us?
Susikie.
As you were saying.
Yes.
Umetoa simu.
Ati what are you
As
saying?
in what are you saying, Sammyro?
As I was telling you,
Endelea
Kenan.
kutoa simu.
This guy is an Arsenal fan.
Afala.
Unasikia? Wewe hata ujui vintage jerseys zenyu hata 3. But anyway.
Niko nazo bedhi. Hadi nikikam nayo leo.
Gani?
Ngeni show.
Anyway.
Ya 2013.
Ya Thomas Cook.
Niko na mapicha hadi hebu ni vile simu ina record.
Wewe wacha tukue excuse.
Unakumbuka mkini nini na mkisponsoriwa na tuzo?
Hadi
Exactly.
nakumbuka tukisponsora na brother.
Walisign pamoja na Gor Mahia 2013.
Hadi nakumbuka tukisign Brazil.
Samaras, Joe.
Rubinho.
Lakini manze mnafaa kufanya kitu bana. The city of Manchester was a sad town hall
Manze.
over the weekend.
But iko na trophies mingi kuliko London.
Joe.
Trophies mingi kuliko London.
Hiyo haina shida.
Combined.
Haina shida. Hiyo tunakubali. Unasikia? But hamuwezi pigwa nyinyi wote. Wewe umepigwa unaita babako anapigwa na wewe. Ndio kwani namna gani? Exactly.
London has more Champions League.
How many?
Arsenal na Chelsea.
How many?
Simbuna
Tu.
si hawa
Manchester iko na
kuna 4 yenyewe plus
Actually,
City
if you
1.
take-
Ngoja.
City. Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest
Aya,
wako na
now,
2.
umeanza kutoka nje ya London.
So kwani
Nottingham
London
Forest iko-
Nottingham
Acha
Forest
tuone the
niko
north side.
Kisii. What are you saying?
Acha tuone the north side.
North versus South.
Yeah,
Hapana.
yeah.
London
North
ni
versus
London.
South.
Niko north east, north west.
North iko na Liverpool.
Liverpool Man City. Shatandika wote.
Shajandika.
North iko na Liverpool.
But
anyway tulikuwa tunaongea about Manchester. Sasa tuko serious.
Manchester
Sawa,
United.
tuko
City
serious.
tulieka nyuma.
City hatufai kuongelea.
Okay, Sammyro,
City.
nikuulize swali. If you were to take swali yenu ni wawili. If you were to be Amorim today, what change could you make in that team? Janianze na Rutto as Sammyro
Wait,
thinks.
considering transfer imeisha.
Yeah.
Transfer window imeisha.
Bado 12 hours. Actually 9.
Hakuna kitu mnafanya in 9 hours. Hadi by the time hivi day postio isha dim.
Sha rise.
Transfer window imeisha na I have my set of players.
Yeah.
Keep the philosophy. Alafu same way you see who can do what and the tweaks you can do
What
in
do
the
you mean
summer.
keep the philosophy na high work? Because hiyo ndio inatuza
As a
kama
manager,
sasa.
you have to keep it.
You have to keep it.
You keep
Cause
it hata ikikuuza.
sasa susikie.
Huwezi cheza kitu je cheza.
Anjali
Do you know why
hadi Anji mwenyewe alisema
I love and hate Pep. Pep kuna time alikuwa anacheza na Arsenal. Pep timu yake inakonga ya kugonga. Lakini sasa unapata hiyo siku
Hiyo ni tactical
Lakini
flexibility
yes,
per
exactly.
match.
Yeah.
Si ya kuchange but kuna
Even
kuna
if-
philosophy
because
yake
if
bado
you're not
kwa.
winning with what you know, adjust.
the thing is
Yeah,
the
kuna hiyo
difference between
kutweak but
Pep,
si kuchange.
the difference between Pep Amorim. One, Pep bado atachange but the philosophy is the same.
Yeah,
Possession based football.
Yeah.
Alafu na the difference is he had the players who can do it. Aliona Grealish, yes anaweza keep ball but niko na Savinho mwenye anaweza kuwa direct. Amorim hana hiyo choice ya hana hiyo freedom anaweza ambia sporting director manzi na dai player. Na dai transfer window.
Alafu the fact that you know in any back 3 system the two crucial players wanakuanga wing backs.
backs,
Na
exactly.
hatuna
namna
unaona so hapo pia Hatuna.
Dalo, siko ubaya mimi si fan wa Dalo lakini
Achi hapo ako
Nilimpoa
chini
kukaribol.
ako chini
Nilimpoa
literally
kukaribol.
ako chini
Kuna instances zenye amefunga na zingine amekuwa na zingine ameuza.
Acha nikuulize, Grealish ako juu
Grealish ako juu
kufanya
kukaribol. Yeye anajua kukana ball. At least
speciality yake tu.
lose ball virahisi.
Kovacic ku drive yako juu,
anajua vizuri going forward.
na
Mamush ako juu. Acha ufala ndege
Leo tusieke feelings sana.
acha Sammyro jibu hiyo swali.
Unasebu niambia ati
Like if you are Amorim today, what could you do to save that sinking ship?
First of all kwanza kama lazima nichezeshe back 3 kama lazima unajua your strong points ndio hauna back yenyewe lakini hata mna watu you can see the hunger from a player with the attitude na venye tu yuko sasa zingine ulikuwa unaona Hazard akitoka kwa tunnel akidance unajua it's going to be a good day lakini nyinyi even when Martial alikuwa na blanda na ukaona tu body language yake anafunga celebrate sijui kuna vitu zingine tu ndogo ndogo unaona kama huyu Haaland wenyu nini Haaland second hand anaitwaje Oiland hata afiki quick mat ni wa kibanda huyo omse at least akona kahanga fulani anakimbia anajituma sijui nani alisema mnunue Zaxi hiyo ilikuwa wrong move na mtaregret tu baadaye too late kiasi unaona Zaxi ataenda na wewe Amorim lakini utakubali tu
Amorim aishi lakini
Amorim aishi sasa ataenda nao kwa nyasi sio ataenda nao kwa nyasi ni venye nyinyi hamuoni unaona juu
sasa Amorim akitoka mnadai nani
Simi na dai nani aje kwani ni wa Man U chefu jamaa
mnadai nani Amorim akitoka okay
na
Amorim ametoka utamreplace na nani
nikwambie Manchester is too heavy for Amorim for real
tunamreplace na nani
Manchester is too heavy for Amorim
mnatafuteni case in point
hata Tuchel angekuwa better fit for you guys
basi alikataa mshahara
sana England
Tuchel is a better fit for you guys
that's true but
Man U wacha nikwambie why ibanta Man U acha leo nifungue tu roho mimi ubanta Man U sana because mimi naona glory days za Man U unaona na ile ilikuwa theater of dreams unajua ukienda huko unatoa ndani na hiyo time ilikuwa Man U na Arsenal unaona Chelsea ikachipuka but then kucheza na Man U ever ilikuwa big deal. I laugh so much because I've seen them at their best. Unaona?
We will be back.
I've never bothered about Arsenal as I always
we will
say.
Be back, bro.
Arsenal will win almost all the games. Arsenal kushinda game si trophies.
Yeah, true.
Unaona? Ever. Lakini Man U saini.
Let him land.
Man U ni nini tu merchandise. Ni franchise, si merchandise, ni franchise. Ni wanoma kuuza. Mafans ni wengi. Lakini the result hazimatch yoni. Mafano Man ni wakali kushinda hata timu yenyewe. Hiyo tu ndio shida. Hapana. Sisi unajua Chelsea hatunanga expectations. Sisi tunakuanga tu. Kwa Palma akifunga tunastuka. Because hata tuna expect kama mtoi wa Home Alone ule mrefu. Anaimba wewe unaona
De Bruyne.
Anakaka De Bruyne akakonda. Unaona? So shida yenu ni expectation. You're no longer what you guys used to be.
Yeah, that's true.
The moment you guys humble, it will make it easier for you to rebuild. Ati msha humble na mshinda game moja hivi Nairobi inasimama. Na vile Nairobi ni mbali na England.
Mnashinda nini sisi?
Europa na FA.
Acha ujinga hebu tuende next.
Na unaona but anyway, Europa to you. So you guys just need a serious realization that amuko mkumbali. Unaona? Hiyo itakuwa rahisi for you kurebuild. Sababu I believe you guys have the players. Because there's no way you guys
tuna.
Because there's no way every other person goes away na anaenda na perform vizuri. It makes sense.
Environment. A player is as good as
the environment. In a league.
Zizi like what you players when yako nini. Acha mimi niende City. Acha mimi niende City. Kuna likelihood that naweza funga both 13.
Hakuna kitu kama hiyo.
Na sita.
Nimesema kuna maandamano mbaka. Ile yani kuna vitu funny tu mingi. Mara ndege ya kwenda Ballon d'Or hakuna. Mara maandamano.
Wana protest January ati waja sign players na January transfer ndio ishafunga. Yani wamengojea January mzima. Wa protest Feb.
Yani unajua hata hao mafans wanakatu kama hiyo team hiyo board. Unaona hiyo yani mko tu sawa. Mna protestaje sai na kunafungwa.
Yani ishafu masa tuende tu.
Tuna protest juu kuna venye unaweza treat the uliniambia wanaitwangaje
Just kill the whole damn thing, bwana.
disabled people
season ticket holders,
like they are those
the elderly.
na
People
disabled
of
kuna
special
jina
needs.
mzuri ya kutumia na niambia ni jina gani hiyo
Special needs.
not that as in not
something able
not something hiyo au something able
different
kuna venye tickets zao zinakuanga na bei chini na wanakuanga na wanakuanga na place
menyanganya hadi yao
au sasa hiyo
Si
sasa
hadi
ndio
juzi
ina-
Christmas.
differently inaitwa
Si hadi wali cancel Christmas party ati wana
Yeah.
save do.
Amori malpaswa TV sidhani kama atapewa mshahara anyway straight to Anfield
hey
actually Bournemouth Vitality Stadium right
Kluivert amekuwa kivaa viatu za budake
hii game aliuza hadi nikajua game
Wow.
iliuza.
but anyway
Yeah.
for this game sijui nini mbaya but
Chelsea
Sinileo. sini leo acha sasa tuwaonyeshe
Graham Potter
because we came into this season with my aim was to finish above Manchester.
Na
But then saa
ishafanyika.
zingine pia ukiona ndugu yako anaumia sana sasa unacha kumchekelea unasema sasa
Uko fiti bro.
umechizi sasa
Uko fiti mzi.
umeenda sana ujui jokes unaona because it's becoming too much but then for this one I feel like we're also doing something wrong kama Chelsea because I don't believe in using two blocks.
Anchors blocks
Yeah, it makes sense.
Double pivot.
Weka hapo tu nani because Enzo Fernandez
Caicedo.
mimi ni kama amenichanganya kiasi, ako off kiasi. Eka Caicedo, eka hapo Felix, eka Palma. Enjoy your ball. Unaona? Madueke kwanza aumerie. Unaona?
Umingchiraro
Madueke ako na tu vitu mingi. He's too busy with almost nothing. Unaona? Ukiweka kwa serious team Madueke afai kucheza hata. Unaona? But
Neto anza
hapo kucheza na two blocks I make sense. Kwani ni nini hiyo tunachunga huko nyuma ya maana sana?
Si mna invert.
Hapana.
Auda hizo story.
To attack. Unaona? Saa zingine kukana ball na bamba kuliko hiyo ku defend kila saa. Felix anajua kukana ball. Palma anajua kukana
Mendes
ball.
Milan.
Unaona na ameuzwa AC Milan. So inabo uza kinachukua ameweka sijui nani.
Hadi yeye ameenda Dortmund.
Ameenda Dortmund but then for this one tonight I'm very optimistic we will win. Unataka tu bet nini ninyoe?
hapana
Manze.
Haina shida tukishindwa na nyoa.
uniuzie gari chwani
Mvutagam nini? Mvutagam. Kwanza kuna kitu naenda kuconduct. Kuna research naenda kuconduct. Juu every other time naomba Chelsea ni wase wandudhi. Watu wangu wote wandudhi huko wa Man U.
no conduct
Unaenda-
utaenda
you
conduct.
Na conduct. I'll have it on- I'll have it on
Conduct.
record.
Kuja na results next week
Uzuri nitarecord.
sawa
Naambia tu niaje wewe niambie ukweli.
maboys usirecord
Mimi
maboys
hata iko kwa hiyo
wako
research.
Si maboys wangu.
record maboys wengine
Wase wao na ball ni wengi. Naambia bike. Nipeleke hadi pale tu. Wewe ni wa timu gani?
Chelsea
Ni sawa.
hata mimi nitafanya yangu
But watch out for us today. At least leo tunarudi top 4.
sawa
Leo tunarudi top 4.
your thoughts on Liverpool title charge unaona wakishinda before Arsenal itawapea God of Honor ama
Unajua bora ni Arsenal na wakimbiza. Ushaona ati watu wanakimbiza mzee alafu ule mtu ako hapo mbele unasema tu wewe umeenda wallahi. Wallahi that is Arsenal. Arsenal hawezi. Afadhali ingekuwa Man City. Hapo tungekuwa na hopes. Unaona? Katimu kingine afadhali atingekuwa Nottingham Forest. Arsenal. Arsenal in fact wanaweza enda hata wamevuka Liverpool. Alafu baada ya game mbili ama moja
Washashuka.
yeye inaitwa vifuniko FC kama wamevukwa but mimi naona hii
shenda
of course Liverpool itabeba
Ishaenda. Hizi ni results kaa za Bournemouth where haujacheza vizuri full game but ume grind.
they've been lucky
Exactly.
luck.
I think wakishinda hiyo game in hand 9 points. I don't think wanaweza drop.
the only frustration I was having was Pep winning the league again angekuwa amebeba watu ufala alafu alikuwa ameannounce anaenda imagine amekuja akashinda hadi akaboeka hadi akasema ami hata anaenda alafu ashinde tena
After extend alisema by the hii season ndio ilifanya immotivate extend tena.
juu wako chini
Juu check.
yeah but this is first phase slot versus phase 6 Arteta
Arteta.
na slot anaenda kushinda nini league so hii inaonyesha like players wenye wako na foundation fiti no matter who the manager is anaweza kuja atu kitu kiasi na bado awak juu ako neo muscle memory yako.
But take it from me, just take it from me. Mimi nitarudi tu kwako. Unaona? Na utaniambia unaniita prophet of doom lakini mtafukuza huyo Amorim.
Sawa. But in 3 years.
At in 3 years. Hata kama wafanya.
Ako na contract ya miaka 2.
But wewe utanishow.
Haya. This weekday katika wiki inaitwaje kwa kizungu?
Midweek.
This
midweek on Wednesday in the EFL Cup we have Newcastle taking on Arsenal at St James Park na Arsenal aggregate ni 2-0.
St James Park.
Yeah. Unaona hiyo game ikishaje?
hiyo game ni shawani Lisa katafunga wa Park Bus game ishe hivyo.
Mimi naona Arsenal watashinda but Newcastle wataqualify. Arsenal might look at 1 win.
St James Park is a hard place to go. Si rahisi kwenda huko alafu
shinde.
Hizi Newcastle pia tunaziogopa bure. Arsenal itashinda. Mimi sifano Arsenal lakini unajua Arsenal lazima tuishinde kitu. Ndo afeel kama team.
Manze wa feel kama juu for some moment.
I feel like watashinda 2-0.
Kuna confidence yetu.
Wakishinda 2-0 nenda
penalties. Hakuna iti.
Actually nenda extra time alafu pena. So lazima kukuwe na mshindi.
Of course. Arsenal wanaweza shinda.
Haki, wanaenda final? Sammyro, that's a bold prediction, but we wait and see.
Arsenal itashinda.
Haya, on Thursday we have Liverpool taking on Spurs at Anfield. Spurs wana lead 1-0 aggregate.
Anfield though. That's the thing.
You'll never walk alone.
And Spurs wako na record mbaya.
Spurs now they are down bad. Spurs watatuangwa.
Your prediction?
3-0.
Liverpool win 3-0. Prediction?
2-0 Liverpool.
I'm going for Spurs win 2-1 when the final for the first time in their life.
Unaona watashinda Anfield bro.
Yeah. Tell to score na wamesign nani Danso defender.
Danso ametoka team gani?
Lens
ya France.
Yeah.
France.
Ligue 1.
Yeah, we had Manchester United's best winger over the years go to Aston Villa. Yeah. We shut up.
By the way, mseni goat we usicheze na
Unajua tangu mjamaa ende Spain hata Yamal apati hiyo ni man of the match.
True.
Manzi.
Let Sammyro land.
Anthony.
Sammyro is cooking.
Brasilia. Ni kama lingia nini Manchester akanyang'anywa viatu zake za Samba boy. Sasa ameenda huko tena amezivaa.
But Rashford kwenda unaona hiyo ni a right move ama a wrong move for both parties?
Definitely.
I feel like they should have used another disciplinary.
Ruben Amorim angemshia team.
Bro, unaambia usiende club tuko na match kesho na bado unaenda alafu unaambia Amorim jidish.
Lakini hauna backup.
Sasa
unajua frustrate aje? Mweke unamnyima game, next game unampatia dakika ya 80.
Kwa mseka Balotelli, yeye anaenda club lakini game ikikam anafunga.
Wewe unajua kina Ronaldinho hata wako analala. Romario ama sijui ni rival.
Hazard.
Yeye anasema kochare mimi nataka nikifunga bao mbili niende bash zangu.
Hazard ako na train.
Hazard hata alikuwa kana tumbo nono.
Manze, lakini game
na haga. Ana body check ya Toure.
Na haga tu.
Unajisikia hata ukiongea.
Then we've had City signing Mamush, Kusanov, Reich na Nico Gonzalez.
Wamejam.
Ndio point sasa.
Mnatumia 200M January.
Kama unaweza rudua.
If you're a big club, you're a big club. Arsenal wameingia striker.
Big club wacha. You are just rich. Mko na tu pesa. Si big club achana naye.
Sikao kuna pesa wewe ni mkubwa.
Hapana.
Money does not. Kuna pesa na anaitwa mkubwa.
Aston Villa ni wako na doba sio wakubwa.
Inafanya tu kwenda
access wako na Champions League.
Wako na champion. Respect. Arsenal hawezi sema hivyo.
Wewe Villa ni kama City tu.
Aje sasa.
Hata Nottingham Forest wako na
treble. Nottingham wana treble.
Treble gani?
Nyinyi mko na?
Sisi.
Hamna foe na row, hamna treble.
Si tumeenda season yenyewe tume consist the least goals. Tumeenda 4 years unbeaten home.
Si tumefunga the most goals sasa. Most points.
Mimi siamini na bishana na Man City. Unaona ile kitu mnafanya sasa tulifanya kitambo.
Sasa
Na tulifanya
tunafanya
against the best coaches. Ferguson na Wenger. Nyinyi mnabishana na nani?
Na
Klopp,
na Benitez.
tumefanya
Klopp
against
na
Ancelotti.
Benitez. Wewe unasema nini wewe?
Anyway, that's it guys from us.
Buda.
Kidogo.
From
man.
us, which is Manchester. Manchester is us. Sorry.
From us
Toa
box
hiyo.
to box. Welcome back again, Mr. Rutto.
Thank you.
Umetetea City.
Lazima ubaki timu yako man.
Sammyro amencook but ni sawa. I hope today they lose, then we meet again next week. Make sure you
But
like.
you hope we lose.
Yeah, make sure
But
you like,
unajua pia
subscribe,
it
share.
doesn't really
It does.
depend on whether you like it or not.
I like
Whether
it.
you want it or not.
You lose.
Wewe taka tu venye wewe unataka, si tunafanya
Wewe
kitu
dai
tunafaa
tu.
kufanya.
Timu yako ya
Wewe
Kenya
dai
ni?
tu, eh?
Timu yako ya Kenya ni?
Ya Kenya. Unza swali gani hiyo?
Timu yako ya Kenya
Me, I
ni?
don't even watch
Bye.
FKF.
Peace out.
Tuortibe, Gor Mahia. Gor Mahia. Gor Mahia na mimi nawaambia on record Kariobangi Sharks after 2 years. Nyasini.